All right, guys, welcome to Don's Modeling Bench. Tonight we're going to be working on the Fanhome R2D2 packs 59 through 61. We finally got some more parts. Um, I think we're going to be finishing up the leg tonight and doing some more work on the head. So let's see what's in the first issue. Yeah, we got some more parts for the leg, and that finishes the leg right there. So we'll be putting one part on the dome and then finishing up the leg. So let's get to work on that. Let's get the pack out, get it open. Get my knife. And there we go. Get this open. This is the other little power box or whatever for R2's leg. We got some more plugs. And we got this, which is another panel for R2's head and some little detail pieces for his leg. It's a little, I don't know if you can see it. It's a little scuffed up there on the end, but I think that'll be okay. So let's go ahead and get this on, and then we'll work on the rest of it. Get the tape cut open here. Took a while to get these parts, and now they've already shipped out another package. I don't know if anybody else is working on R2, but or anything Fanhome for that matter. It seems like ever since they switched over to OSM, the tracking is not very informative. As until the package gets to the UPS, there's basically no tracking. It just says package was handed off to shipping partner in Kansas City, Missouri. We'll let you know when the UPS picks up the item. So I guess until it gets here, Nashville or Murfreesboro or somewhere, there just won't be no tracking. Go figure. But here's the dome. Let's get this back opened up, and we'll get started on that part. You've seen me do these before, so you know how it works. Take this little piece of tape, stick one on the bottom, one on the top. Needs to be as close to the edge as you can get it because there's not a whole lot of overlap on those little panels. Got that one on. Let's get this one on. There we go. Now I'll take my knife, pull this out. Well, it's not wanting to let go. There we go. Got that one off. And got that one off. Now, we'll just take our little panel and set it right in here. Line it up. Stick it to the tape. There we go. And just press it down. And we have almost completed the blue panels on the dome. We have just 4 more to go, and then that big one, and then we'll start on the top ones. But that's why I was saying get it as close to the edge as possible, because even with it sitting right on the edge, half the tape is not under the panel. So that's it for the dome. Let me get this put back up. And we'll get the leg out. Okay, there's the leg. And where do we start? Drop the book in the floor, of course. We start with these little guys. Get those clipped off. There we go. And we put one in each of these 4 holes right here. And these 2 holes right here. There we go. And then these 2 longer ones go in those last 2 holes. And you can see how they're angled to go with the curve right here. Press those right in there. And there we go. We got that part done. Now, we take the part of this with the hole in it and take one of the two latches. I suppose they're both identical. Let's see. In the picture, it's showing putting it on like this with this little bit larger part toward this. Just put it right in there. And that just snaps on really good there. Okay. And then we take this part with this notch over these wires. And it just sits right there. Sits on these 4 prongs. I love how they absolutely do not tell you what screws to use. So I'm going to use 4 of these little black screws here. This seems to be the only ones I have 4 of. And my screwdriver doesn't seem to be very magnetic. There we go. Just holding it on that magnet for a second. There we go. 4 of them. One in there. One in there. And I like to go diagonally. I don't know if it's strictly necessary. It's just the way I like to do it. And don't get them too tight because they are going into plastic. Just snug them up real good. There we go. And we got those in. And then the next thing we're doing is we're taking this half and we're putting the other one of these on the same way with this little end that looks like it has a cap on it toward this hole. That's a nice click to it. Nice solid snap in. Now we put the cover right over that, like that. And 4 more screws. And we'll secure that onto R2's foot. And last one, right there. And there we have the power cell on our 2-foot. And the next thing we do is take these 2 copper wires, cables, whatever, that we got in the previous issue, and we put those on. So the top one just sits right in there and goes to the inside hole. I don't know if there's a difference in the ends or not. Nope, they're the same. Top one goes to the inside hole. Bottom one goes to the outside hole, like that. And it says we now have a completed R2D2 leg, but as you can see, there's screw covers missing that I assume that we'll be putting on later. There's several of them in the next pack. So let's set that aside. Let's get the next pack out and see what we'll be doing in it. Here is pack 60, and looks like we'll be doing a top panel and a shoulder fitting and some plastic plugs. So we need to get the display panel out from the previous stage. Let me find that. Here it is. We'll need this little display panel right here. Let's get this open. There's our plugs. There's our top panel, our shoulder fitting, and the cable for that display. Get this open. Shoulder fitting feels chunky. Nice bit of metal there. And here's our cable for the display, which will be the first thing we're doing. It says the smaller plug should go right in here. Now, I don't know if you can see, but there's a notch right there on each side, and there's a notch on the plug. There you can see it on either side. So you want to line those up and plug that right in. And there we go. Step one is done. And the next thing we're going to be doing is putting these plastic plugs in. So get those open. Get all this plastic out of the way. And get these nipped off. Ten of them. And then these will be going in all of these holes up here. So, like that. Just press them in. So, let me get those pressed in, and then I'll be right back. Because I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me push a bunch of little plugs in. So, I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. We got the plugs in. And if you'll notice, these two are not there, which are cut on one side to fit that angle. And we still don't have these either. I assume those will be in later stages. But that is all we're doing in stage 60. So we still have this left over, and we have the shoulder fitting left over. So let's move on to 61 and see what we're going to be doing here. Get that opened up. Get this out. We have some screws and nuts, little silver screws and nuts. And we have another shoulder fitting. And we have a little tiny panel. And we have the panel for that screen that we were just working on. Like that. So let's lay all this up here. Take a peek in the book. And I just dumped my tape in the floor. Just 2 pieces of tape. Hope we'll be getting tape later. Or maybe the one with the screen doesn't need tape because it'll be held in by the screen. So let's see what we got here. Oh, I see. This tape is going to hold both panels in. So let's get the leg out of the way. Get the head back over here. And I'm just going to drop my magazine in the floor. There's our dome. And these are going to be going right here. So let's get the 2 tapes on, and I'll do the same thing I did on the plugs. You seen me put this tape on several times now, so I'll just pause, get this tape on real quick, and then I'll be right back. All right, we got our tapes on there, and now all we have to do is install these two panels. This one goes right in here. Try to get it as straight as I can. Huh, maybe it's skinnier on one end than it is on the other. There we go. Okay, so anyone who's building this little panel right here is actually just a hair skinnier at the top than it is at the bottom. So when you go to put it in, it'll only fit correctly one way. It does not mention that in the book. It just says press the panels carefully into place. Does not mention that it's actually skinnier at the top. But there you go. So let's get the other one in, and yeah, looks like it's skinnier at the top too. So get that one right here. Get it centered up before I press it down, and then press it on there. And there we go. Another panel. Now we've got this section right here, and then the top. That's looking nice. I like that. That is cool. Okay, let's put this back over here, because now we're going to be putting these two in. Two more little plugs. Get my nippers. Just nip that one. And nip that one very well. My pliers turn backwards. And nip that one. Nip that one a little closer. And these are going to go in right here. You notice it has one side cut off, just like the hole. Just pop those right in. Like that. And that. Oh, got that one turned. There we go. Not perfect, but good enough. And there we go. We got those two in. And that's it for this stage. So let's move on to 62. Get the little sprues out of the way. Let's get this cut open and see what we got in here. Lots of tape. Anything else in the bag? So we've got some curve tape. That's a first. Little straight tapes. And then we've got this plastic piece. Not sure what that is yet. And then we've got a bunch of panels for his head. So let's get those out. We've got another little bracket here. That's plastic. Very hard plastic, but it's plastic. I believe that's plastic. I don't know. Might be metal. And then we've got a little tiny panel. And two of these. Just leave those in there for now. Let's get the book and see what we're going to be doing. Oh, that's the camera mount and the projector mount. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is using the two long tapes, it says. I'm assuming that's the two that are separate from the rest. Get those out. Let's move this leg. Fetch the dome. And we're going to be putting these last two in on the bottom row. So let me get the tape on and then I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So we're going to be putting these two panels in, and this particular panel right here, this one is from issue 1. They sent this in issue 1. We're on issue 62. So it's been sitting here for 61 issues, just chilling. Anyway, we're going to put these two on now. And if you'll notice, interestingly enough, these two actually interlock slightly. They fit together. So let's get this one in right here. Turn it around where you can see it. Get that set in there. Let's go up a little. And then press it in. And there we go. We got that one on there. Now, we take this one and we place it right next to that one. And press it in. And then you can see on the back here how those two actually kind of interlock together. The rest of them just sit beside each other, but for whatever reason, those two kind of interlock there. Not sure why, but they do. And there we go. We're really starting to look like R2 now. I'm liking this. That is nice. But what are we going to do now? Okay. Now we need this and these two. And we're going to need the curved tapes and the straight tapes. So let's get all these cut open. Oh, come on out of there. There's the curved tapes. And I just throw them in the chair. There's the 4 straight tapes. Get rid of all this plastic. And as usual, you probably don't want to watch me put this tape on. So let me get that done. And then I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. We got the tape on. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this one, and this one all have tape on them, and then the curved sides. Right here, right here, right here, all have tape. And we're going to start by putting this one on, and it goes just to the left of this little keyhole right here. This little keyhole, this one goes right here. So let's get that in. Right there. Get it pressed down good. There we go. And if you'll notice, these actually have a little tab with a hole. So they're evidently going to get bolted down. And then the next 2 panels, it says, goes to the right of that one, which will be here and here where we've already put the tape on. So let's get those on. Right here. These aren't quite as easy to fit as the ones down at the bottom. A little harder to reach. We'll just knock it out. It needs to go over like that. Up a little bit. And there we go. Press it in. That one's already trying to come loose. I think the curve of the dome and the curve of these parts don't exactly match. But let's get our last one on. There we go. And it goes right here. If I can get it on there. Almost had it. There we go. Press it down. Yeah, these little spines on the dome do not have the same curvature that these plates do. The dome is curved slightly more than what those plates are. That still looks really good though. I am liking that. Is it just me? That's a different color. I don't remember if that was a different color on R2 or not. I don't know. I don't remember. That is definitely a different shade of blue. Let's see, what else do we have to do? Oh, now we're going to be working on the frame. So let me grab the frame and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. We have the frame and we're going to be mounting the camera mount, which is this one. We'll be putting it on with 2 of these screws, which I need to open. We have shorter ones and longer ones. So it's 2 shorter ones. And it's going to be going right there. Oh, I see. It goes this way, like that. Oh boy. That is going to be interesting to do. Doesn't say anything about using nuts. Are those threaded holes? I do not think they are. And the one in the mount definitely isn't. It says use the shorter screws. So let's get one of them in here. Oh, never mind. You can see I don't know if you can see it on camera, but right here, these 2 holes, you can see the threads in them. So let me get these 2 screws in. Or let me go ahead and start one here on camera. There we go. And then we'll get another of the short screws. You know, everything on this frame was screws with nuts on the back of it. And I was assuming that this would be too. But it's not. These just are actually threaded. like that. And right there is where the camera will be mounted. Nice, nice. I like that. Okay, now we're going to be putting the projector mount in. And I'm just looking here, trying to figure out where it goes. It seems to be going right there. No. Where does this go? Goes right here. There we go. So this is going to be one of the interesting ones because we have to put a nut in there, and then we have to hold it in place up under here while we put a screw in. And it says it doesn't say. It just says a screw. I'm going to assume it's one of these. Let's see if that fits the nut. Nope, that is not the right one. That is. There we go. So now and I'm sorry, my hand's going to be all in the way here, but you're going to have to hold this, line up the hole right there, the best you can see right there, and then put this screw in. And I'm going to leave it a little loose because now we're going to have to take another one of these nuts. I'll set it in that little pocket like that. You can't, there it is. So there's the one we just put the screw in, and there's the nut we just sat in there. Focus camera, it's on the focus above it, but gonna have to hold that, line it up with the hole, and get a screw in. So you can't see it at all. I don't see how. I'm gonna keep my finger on that, and because it's so close up to the edge, did we get it started? We did. And there we go. And there, right there, is our projector mount. So we have our projector mount and our camera mount. Man, I want to hurry up and get this part finished. Well, I can't resist. I cannot resist. Just real quick before we end this video, let's see how this fits together. And there we go. That is so cool. We have an R2D2 head. And there's the camera mount right there where the camera is going to be. And the projector mount, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the projector mount is right up there behind that hole. And that is just so freaking cool. Huh. Nice. I'm loving it. But that completes that stage. And that's all we have to do tonight. So we're going to quit on that note with R2's mostly assembled head. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching me work on R2. And as soon as I get some more parts, there's supposed to be some on the way, we'll see. But as soon as I get some more parts, I'll be back. Hit the like and subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Oh, and don't forget the HTM Friday night stream, Sunday night stream, and anybody that's interested in Star Wars, we have the Wednesday night Bandai Perfect Grade Millennium Falcon stream going on. So if you're interested in that, stop by and check that out. But thanks for checking out R2 with me here, and have a good one. See you next time. And I lost my video. There we go. See you later, everyone. Have a good one.